Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to a brand new episode of an Unnamed podcast. I am your host with the most. You know what? Hold on. Stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music.
Why did bro stop
What the fuck does that even mean?
What?
With the most? With the most what?
With the most cock.
I'm gonna say with the most ghost stuff.
With the most ghost.
I just realized that I took that fucking intro from what's his name?
White boy.
White Boy 7th Street, and he used to be, what did he used to say? It's your host with the most, White Boy 7th Street. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Boy 7th Street.
I don't know, but anyway, welcome back. My name is HB90. Is the music still playing? Fuck, that song. Hold on.
It's just the Homer Simpson
shit. Oh, the Homer Simpson?
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us again. You know what I also just realized?
What?
Why is it that you never do the intro? You never do the fucking intro.
You don't like it.
You've never tried it before.
We literally had a proof of concept. We had a proof of concept, and you were like, "No, this is fucking whack."
No, bro.
I literally was like, "What's good?" You know what I mean?
No.
And you were like, "No, that's not appropriate."
Because you sound fucking dumb, dude.
You're the one talking all the time.
Well, anyway, welcome. My name is HB90. I was about to say White Boy 7th Street. My name is 90, or HBN, or 90, whatever you guys want to call me, with co-host
Lord Sandwich.
Lord Sandwich. You're hungry, huh?
No.
I high key am, dude. I'm hungry as fuck, bro.
Why are you
I'm
sweating?
hungry. I'm tired. I just got out of the shower and I'm already sweating.
You sweated fucking cock.
Fucking, it's ridiculous. It's hot out here. Fucking hot out here. It's like 100 degrees on this motherfucker. But anyway, you know what? We're currently editing or rendering the episode that you just saw yesterday, or whenever you watch this, whenever you're watching this video. Yesterday, the last week, I don't know.
Odd.
You know what? I think we'll release this episode next week.
Yeah, I was thinking that same
Yeah,
thing.
we might as well release it next week. But yeah, we're currently rendering the last episode, our 3x3. We don't know what's gonna happen, but thank you so much for that, for the love and support.
Yeah.
Have keto, baby. You never let me down. Thank you so much.
The TikTok comments.
Watch that motherfucker unsubscribe.
He's like, fuck these dudes harassing me every single fucking day.
You know what? Here's a concept. If we ever release merch, have keto, baby, what's up? You want to be part of it? Well, you know what?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, like I don't know how to picture have keto. I don't know if it's like, you know, how the fuck
I feel
we
like
picture.
bro's old or like
I
a
don't know.
little older.
He
than
could be
us.
younger,
Who knows, bro?
but we'll fucking put have keto like with the hate comment, and then
He's probably the one that put clowns.
the two. He probably did. Oh, speaking of that, you know what? let's read some
There's really that much.
some what's it called? Some hate comments that we got on YouTube, or excuse me, on TikTok. No, just to that one, because that one has the most hate comments. Screen record it and we'll share it. And if you haven't already, please go follow us on TikTok. You know, we release clips and stuff right there in all that stuff.
You know, with media or no media? With or without volume?
Well, you can put without volume.
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, put volume so I could
Are you
sync it up.
fucking straight cuts?
I actually do think the Earth might be flat, bro. All right,
That's
there.
just a donut.
And then I'll just turn down the volume on
Hey,
this
I'm
one.
just saying that the donut theory isn't that far off.
It really isn't that far off.
Because think about it, the universe is actually, it's not flat. It's like bobs and shit, right?
Yeah.
And there's this theory that's curving, and that there's no middle of the space.
I just realized I put we wish Ty in for me.
Fucking God.
Anyway, but look, here's some of the
let this guy
here's some
in
of
charge of spelling.
here's some of the comments, bro. Stephen said, "Go shirt and poster is cool," and we said, "We thank you." Mr. Lopez with a Z, 440 or just 40, said clowns. And then I replied, ever heard of sarcasm going along with a joke? You know what? I was gonna try to be mean. I was gonna be like, you ever heard of a fucking joke, dumbass? But I'm like, nah, I can't do that. And then
Bars.
Lenny the Rat, excuse me, commented, "What was the joke?"
Bruh.
And then I posted that he thought the Earth was flat. That was a joke. If you guys didn't get that in the last video, that was part of the joke.
Man, we must be.
That was sarcastic. I think the Earth might be flat, bro. I think that was pretty obvious that was sarcasm.
No, there's times where it sounds legit. Though.
Exactly. That's what sarcasm is supposed to sound like. And then Ghostface commented donut theory.
I told you.
And it's true. I mean, it's true.
I told you.
Donut theory is very it's believable, you know?
Yeah, I fuck with it though. I fuck with it. Cause like, how the fuck does that is kind of weird though. How the fuck is it that there's no glass in the sky, yet it reflects blue? The water doesn't have color.
The water is blue.
No, it fucking doesn't.
Yes, it is. Well, it's a shade of blue. Oh, dude.
No, it isn't.
You know what? Remember when we went to
San
Francisco?
Yeah.
And I said that fucking so Mexican, dude. San Francisco.
Your bulge
Excuse
is
me.
out.
They can't see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Anyway, when we went to San Francisco, we were in we went on the little on the boat, and then we saw Alcatraz and shit.
Yeah, I saw the box glowing.
Dude, fucking, I was looking down, and then like that's my biggest. I don't know what it's called. What is it called when you're scared of the open water?
Is it thalassophobia?
Whatever.
Something like that.
Scared of open ocean phobia.
Yeah, that thalassophobia.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
I was looking down, dude, and fuck, bro.
I was looking down too, bro.
I was just like, I was scared as fuck.
I was looking at the back of the
dude.
boat and seeing like the fucking current go and shit, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, it's just fucking. Oh.
No, dude. See, I'm not scared of a lot of things. You know, I'm not scared of things, but you know, death. I used to be scared of it. Now I just worship it.
That makes no fucking. I'm scared of that.
You know,
Oh, it is thalassophobia.
and you know, God and the devil and stuff. You know, I used to be scared of God. Now I adore him, or it. I don't know what he or she is. God's a woman. Just saying. And yeah, but open ocean, open water. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
It's not even that the open ocean is scary to me. It's what fucking lives there, dude.
No, dude, it's the open.
Look at the
you don't know what lives there. That's the
No,
problem.
I know that's and when you look at the blue whale, and you look at like footage of that motherfucker coming up, I saw a comment that said like even to the ocean herself, that's nothing.
It's really not. But like, think about it. Like, there's a point where light
like
doesn't
us
reach
to the universe.
That's where light doesn't reach, right? So light doesn't reach, you know, down there. So just think about it. Think about being fucking stranded. You know, it's just open water. Like, there's no islands, no nothing, right? And you look down, and you can only see down so far below you.
That just turns into fucking.
It just turns black. Like it's pitch black. Like, you can't see nothing past a certain point.
What's scary?
Now picture a fucking big ass eye just appearing. Fuck that, dude.
No, what's scarier are like there's like these octopuses that live down there, or squids. Yeah, they're squids. That live down there, like in the deep ocean, where they just wander there looking up, and if they see some prey that is just like, you know, staying still, whatever, they all come up as one fucking giant swarm, and they cling onto the prey and just drag it back down as one fucking clan.
Fuck
and
that.
some guy fucking was unlucky to experience that. And Mr. Ballin covered it. He did a story time on it. I can't remember all the details, but like, just imagine like a shit ton of like just fucking arms that are like, you know, several feet long, like probably the size of your height, just wrapped all around your legs, your arms. And you're just fucking like trying to cling away, and it's just dragging you down.
Think about this. Like, imagine it happening at night when it's pitch black out there and you can't see nothing.
It's darker at night.
And you
in
just
the ocean.
feel fucking, you know, tentacles and shit wrapping around. Oh, fuck that, dude. Oh, here's the thing. If hell is a real place,
that's hell,
right? Or your own personal hell, I really hope that my personal hell is not open ocean.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be, bro.
Fuck that, dude.
Either that or your biggest regret in life, and there's no way you can like change it.
I don't think I have a biggest regret in life. I do have a biggest regret.
Kind of like in Lucifer. Those are fucked up though.
I miss
'Cause, like
her.
they. All right, dude. I fucking get it, man. Yeah, never mind. Just give this motherfucker the goddamn ocean then.
No, but yeah, like think about that. That shit's scary, bro. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. And then, not to mention like the fucking creatures that just live way below. Like, you seen some of the footage? Like,
I've seen footage of some motherfuckers like those where it's like
disgusting.
it's so strange how there's creatures down there that can just give birth and just be like, yeah, I'm cool here.
I
Like, what the
don't.
fuck?
I never understood that shit. Like, that's just crazy.
And it's weird how why is it that the deep ocean like that has some of the most fucked up looking ones too?
That's what I'm saying.
Like how the fuck did a fish get a light bulb on its head?
Think of like that. Like what's another ocean creature? The deep ocean creature that's like just fucking like.
Oh, do some of the jellyfish down there?
Like the goblin shark. You ever seen that thing? That thing is
Is
demon.
Is that like deep water? Or
It's down there. I think they're down there.
I know some of the jellyfish that are down like in the deep sea.
And see, that's another thing.
Those look like straight up fucking like.
You know what? That's another thing that I
They got
never
DLC
understood.
skins.
That's another That's another
DLC
thing I
skins,
never
bro.
understood, bro. Like creatures that are down there that are like living, but like you don't know exactly what they are, bro. Like, what the fuck is a jellyfish? You know, you can't. Those things live forever.
Yeah, they just fucking shrivel to show them to one little cell again, and they go. "Ah."
And they don't even have. Do they even have hearts?
I don't think they have a heart
Or a
nor
brain.
They're just like
So how are they living? What if those, bro? What if those are like souls, bro?
souls.
You ever think about that?
Why souls?
Like souls and shit, bro.
That'd be crazy. I always believed this fat fuck was real.
Oh, the blob or whatever it's called, gloop,
The
or whatever.
bub.
Bup, whatever.
Is this the one you're talking about? Ew, this motherfucker look ugly.
Yeah, that's a goblin shark. That shit is
Shit
disgusting.
looks- Some of these are just straight up fucking terrifying, man.
Yeah, look
Like,
up
what
deep
the
ocean creatures, and we'll put
This
the
is what
ugliest
I'm
ones
looking.
there.
How the fuck does a crab live down there like this?
See, like that look like crabs and shit. Send me all those pictures, by the way, so I can fucking edit them in here. You'll be seeing them here.
Hold on. Oh wait, look, like this jellyfish right here. That's a fucking demon. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's a demon right there. Look at that thing.
See, like, what the fuck is that thing, bro?
That's
Like,
a
what is
jellyfish.
that?
There's some other jellyfish down there too. Let me see.
I'm gonna try to do what Dashi does. What does he do when he goes like this? What?
Mhm.
What the fuck is that? You know, he's looking back.
Like these motherfuckers look scary because like imagine you're just down there in the deep ocean, and you're like, what the fuck is that in the distance? And you just see like this little. This looks like a lantern.
What? That's what I'm saying, bro. But think about it. What if jellyfish? Think about this right now. Okay, let's think about this.
Jellyfish are so cool, by the way.
What if jellyfish, bro?
Mm-hmm.
What if they are souls of the damned? Hence why they don't have hearts or brains, and they live forever, just floating. Do jellyfishes have predators? No, huh?
They probably do, yeah.
I think they do.
They
I think
probably-
turtles, sea turtles eat fishes. Dude, and then have you seen the fucking size of some of these fucking creatures?
Oh, they're fucking massive.
Like what is it called? The leatherback turtle?
Leatherback.
Yeah, look up the leatherback turtle.
Leatherback turtle. I'm a turtle.
That thing is fucking huge, bro.
Leatherback turtle.
Leatherback sea turtle. Or I think it's just turtle.
Damn.
Yeah, that thing is fucking huge, bro.
It says 2.7 meters. But I don't know how big that is in feet.
Put it compared to a human. Those things are fucking fat.
There's some people standing next to it, and that thing is fucking massive compared to them.
There's bigger ones. Well, maybe it was forced perspective because I seen a video. I'm gonna see if I can find it. If I did, you're looking at it right now. But there was a video of a turtle like laying fucking eggs, and it was opening its mouth, and then like it just looked so huge. I was like, God damn! Like, what the fuck?
Those things are fucking disgusting, dude. Anything out of the fucking oh my goodness, look at the fucking teeth.
That is I don't know. Yeah, because they eat jellyfish.
You don't need all that shit to eat some fucking.
But you know
gummies,
what's
to
crazy?
eat
If
some-
jellyfish could live forever, why is it that they die when the turtle eats them? Or do they get pooped out and they become thing again?
I don't know, but all I know is that if they don't get eaten, they just shrivel up to like, they dissolve. Then they become like one little like cell again, like a microorganism, and then they're like, yeah, that's enough. Start the process all fucking over. That seems like hell. That is actually a hell, bro.
I don't think so. I mean, you're just chilling, bro. Think about it. You're chilling. You know, you don't have
Doing
any
nothing?
predators. Most of them.
How do they?
You don't have to pay
How do they
taxes,
reproduce?
rent,
I need to look that up. Actually,
all that stuff.
curiosity's getting the best of me. How the fuck do jellyfish reproduce. You know, for the longest time, I was like, how do snakes reproduce? They
I
don't have a
think-
wiener.
I think they
Dude's got 2 penises.
I think they split.
No, dude's got 2 penises.
What, snakes?
Mm-hmm. The male.
No, I was talking about jellyfish. I think they just split
How
like
do
a cell. No,
jellyfish? I put Kentfield. What the fuck?
ketamine.
Yeah. I fucking looked up how snakes reproduce, and it was like, yeah,
They get into an entanglement.
yeah. And then the guy's like, here's 2 of my dicks, and then she's like, y'all think about it, cause he could not. She's like, see, like the samples you give me are not that great, so like, nah.
You ever wonder? This is gonna sound so fucking sexist.
Let me also put this in there too
What?
before I let you go. Oh my gosh, feminism. There was this one clip I saw, like this female mother squirrel, and she was trying to fight off a rattlesnake. Yeah. And she had some babies with her, and she found that the rattlesnake had shed, so she like grabbed some of its shedded skin.
And choked it with it. Choked him.
That's fucking metal as fuck.
That would be a
No.
sick ass cover for a metal thing.
Sandy,
Yeah, dude, that'd be
Sandy-
fucking sick, dude.
Sandy versus the rattlesnake from Rango.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be an epic ass anime fight. But she uses like the shed, uses it. She like puts some of it in her tail, covers it in blood, with some of her own blood, and she faces off against the rattlesnake, and she uses her tail, and she like whips it up in the air, but makes it look as big as she can. And the rattlesnake is like, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were that. He's like, I wasn't familiar with your game. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna back off.
Like,
And he
my
goes-
fault, G. My fault.
He's like, my fault, mom, my fault. My fault. I didn't know that. My fault, G. She goes slithering away. And then like, cause then there was like, this is not a good neighborhood. And then she just runs away with the fucking thing away. And then some of the comments like, how the fuck do they even learn about? How the fuck do they were like, how are animals born into this fucking world?
You
like,
see, that's what I'm talking
and are
about.
given like these. Yeah, I know what to do. And then someone put, because God gave them all these.
That's what I'm saying.
Because somewhere in the Bible it said that God gave every living thing, like knowledge about something, or about their lives or how to live, and He also did that with the animals.
Well, I could see that happening,
Look
but
at crows too, bro.
no, that's what I was gonna say.
Like,
but
crows didn't just go
but
like.
this is what this is what I kind of get like. I don't dumbfounded in a way, because when people say that animals have knowledge and they are smart and they can think, do they think like us? Like, do they think like we do, or is it just like when you're living on autopilot, like you just do things to do things? Because if you look at like, and this is gonna tie back to what I was saying about like the whole feminism thing. Like, look at the animal kingdom, right? Every fucking thing in the animal kingdom, the female is always superior, right? The female's always doing stuff, right? The like, for example, the female lions, they're the ones that go and hunt, right? And the male lions are just like there to be like to like reproduce and to like, you know, dominate and show dominance and stuff like that, which just proves that men are better. But
All right.
but I'm saying, like, how do they know this shit? You know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like with like honey badgers, bro. Like, I think it's honey badger.
I don't know too much about honey
If it's not,
badgers.
it's a wolverine. Or it might be the same thing. I don't know.
Oh,
bro.
wolverines are extinct or endangered as fuck though.
I think it's honey badgers. They are immune to cobra venom.
Yeah, they are.
Like, how did that happen?
Because of their thick ass skin.
No, but they're like immune, even if they get bit. I
Mm.
mean, if you get bit and like the fucking, you know, the fangs get sunk in, you're still immune to that fucking venom.
I'm gonna fuck that snake bag.
I
shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that sounded wrong. So like, you know what I'm saying? Or like crows, like how is it that they know how to use tools like rocks and stuff to make the water go up and get their
I think the
snacks?
best. I mean, because some crows as well have been shown, like if they're eating something, and they can't get the fucking like food out of something, they just put it on the road and just wait for a car. Like,
That's what I'm saying. But how do
you,
you
like-
know that?
well, I
Like,
mean,
how is it
well,
that they
let's look at it like
think
this.
that? You
Let's
know?
look at it like this. Let's say today you're born without a mouth. You can't talk, or let's just say, yeah, like you're born without a mouth,
Okay.
and you can't really communicate and like verbally and shit.
Okay.
So similar to crows, if you have a fucking bag you can't open, and your hands are crippled or some shit.
They don't have
I
hands.
mean, or they don't have, like, they obviously don't have hands, or fucking they have little fucking claws and shit. obviously they could try to do that shit, but if you see cars coming in and out, and you're like, let me try it out, and you put it down there, and it's like light bulb switch goes off. You do that for a couple another 1,000 years or some shit. Next thing you know, some fucking evolution bullshit comes out, and then motherfuckers get another patch of some sorts. And I think it's also just like with dogs as well. Like some dogs are more intelligent than others. Obviously, huskies are not, but you know, similar with dogs, they're sort of like kids. Whenever they want something, they don't verbally speak it to you. They do like certain actions and certain things. They observe us as well too. They observe other, you know, actions of
creatures,
humans, creatures, and they apply that to themselves.
But what I'm saying is like, why is it that they can't talk? You know,
because some of them. I mean,
so why was God like, okay, these guys can talk, but they can't? Crows can talk.
A little bit.
Parrots can talk. Fucking what else can talk? Let's see.
Birds.
Like birds that mimic other birds. Like I don't know, bro. It's just crazy. Like it's a dumbfounding thing. Like I can't comprehend that.
It's crazy how there are some birds that can mimic like certain sounds, like microwaves and shit. Doors closing.
Yeah. There's like, what is it? I think it's the cockatoo. No.
Maybe.
The mockingbird. I'm just playing. I don't know. It's a bird, but that thing like a fucking, you know, can mimic a whole bunch of shit, and it's crazy. Like it's crazy. Those are
the closest to fucking not skinwalkers, right? Is it skinwalkers that like try to like get you to fucking like come to you with their voice? Dude, some of those videos I've seen online are weird as fuck though.
And then that also too, like fucking okay, what is it called? The Appalachian Mountains or something like that. Yeah, there's like a bunch of shit like that's like paranormal happening and whatnot. And that's another thing that I can't wrap my head around. Like, is that shit real?
What happens there again?
El Chupacabra, bro. Like, think about El Chupacabra, right? And El Chupanibre. Think about them. Like, if it's real, or like, for example, like cattle mutilations, bro. You ever seen the videos of the cattle mutilations?
I still can't.
Like, there's no drop of blood.
Well, similar to you, like I can't believe it until I see it.
That's what I'm saying.
But it is strange how like. Because you need to have some Doctor Strange ass fucking physics to like get these like on point like 90-degree angle fucking ruler fucking cut incisions and shit.
And not even that, like the fucking fact that there's no drop, there's like no blood. Like if that's a human doing it, that human needs to participate in something else other than cattle mutilations.
Yeah.
And then like if it's aliens, why are aliens doing that? Why? Now,
what is actually
what people think,
what is doing that?
Like for example, with the whole chupacabra thing, back in whenever the fuck the chupacabra thing started, in where the fuck did it start? It started like in Brazil or some shit. I don't even know where it started.
Latin American.
It was somewhere in Latin America. Like the puncture wound, they had 2 puncture wounds like a vampire, and like there was no drop, there was no blood in their body. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Adult jellyfish release eggs and sperm into the water for fertilization, and their polyp stage reproducing asexually by budding.
Bro, that's a late ass reaction, bro.
No, I had it here, but like, we went off topic. Though.
Oh,
what does asexually mean again?
Asexually, like they reproduce on their own. Like they're not female nor male. They're both.
There's lobsters that are like that too.
Yeah, clownfish do that. Clownfish switch genders. I'm guessing humans are doing that thing too.
And fucking horsefish, is that they're called?
A seahorse, dumbass. This motherfucker said horsefish.
No, it's a seahorse. They go
and it's crazy because the male is the one that gives birth.
Mm-hmm.
The motherfucker said and then it just.
I find it so fucked up how like female crabs when they give birth they're like, y'all are not doing jack shit.
Like there's too many of you, and just starts eating.
Just fucking eating this shit. It's a waste.
See, that's what I mean too. Like maybe animals don't have the same emotion we do. You know what I'm saying? Because they eat their young.
It's just the
which is a fucking dope ass song, by the way. We eat our young. That's a good song.
It's just eat our young. Oh, we
eat our young.
What was I gonna say? It's just survival of the fittest, bro. It's an unfortunate scene of Mother Nature. Or not Mother, I guess Mother Nature and the animal kingdom. How it's just the survival of the fittest and shit, man.
Why is it called Mother Nature? If God is a man?
Nature reproduces, bro.
And it's Father Nature.
Because like I said, remember that one where we were in the car? It's like how when it rains, plants grow, and that's a reproduction. So what if God's like, yeah, take that, you fucking blue bitch.
Okay, I don't.
And
That's
just like,
blasphemous right
and
there.
he just fucking he's like, you're mine, you know that. Like, wait, what? What? What's so funny? What?
This motherfucker said, "Oh yeah, take that, you blue bitch."
It's
Yeah,
just
that's so fucking blasphemous.
it's tough. You know what I'm talking about, bro. You know, I don't know what's scary: the ocean, the desert, the mountains, or the forest.
Both.
Or
The
just
unknown.
or
I think it's the unknown.
Humans are not scared of the dark. We're just scared that there's something with us in the dark. Cause back then, motherfuckers was like, yeah, we cool at night, and for some reason, some little bitch was like, "Daddy, I'm scared." And it was like, well, great, now we're all scared. Now the 10 million other.
It's just I don't know, dude. Like it's weird. Like, and then I see these fucking videos of like La Llorona, fucking El Chupanibre, Bigfoot, fucking the Loch Ness monster shit.
Mhm.
All these cryptids, Mothman, all these cryptids and shit. And it's like, are those things real, bro?
I feel like
Like, are they real? And if they're real, why isn't it that they're like, are they just undiscovered species? Because if you look at Bigfoot, it's pretty much a Gigantopithecus, which was a real fucking thing. It was just a big ass ape, like a big ass orangutan, like back in the day. And so think about it. Maybe the whole cryptid of Bigfoot is just a Gigantopithecus, and it's just hiding. And it's a Gigantopithecus that gained knowledge, and it's like, yeah, humans are bad. Fuck them. Let's go with somebody else.
Same thing with those one little monkeys, and I forgot in what country they're in, but there's like these little monkeys that look almost humanoid.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
They specifically, in order to survive, they're covered like in yellow, white, and black, but they specifically make sure like it's their survival instinct to not interact with humans or not be spotted by them.
Yeah.
And it's like their number one priority to not get anywhere near humans because they know that they're gonna get hunted down by some chance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucked up. And with like these cryptids and shit that are like in it's the same thing. They're like in the fucking ocean, like Moby Dick. That motherfucker was just a big ass whale, just chilling.
Well, Moby Dick was a big ass fucking what is it called, a sperm whale.
Yeah, that motherfucker was like, no fucking shot. And he's like, they can't be that big. I remember reading a book about it. It was same thing with the Kraken. Supposedly the Kraken with the big ass tentacles and shit. That'd be super dope though, dude. Just imagine just like I feel like the ocean side of not like lakes, rivers and shit, like ocean side fucking cryptids.
Keep talking.
Like oceanside cryptids are probably the most believable because of how big the ocean is. When it comes to like La Chupacabra, that one I can. I don't know how far you can really get into that one. Lost Tapes is my only best shot. What else? Cattle mutilations. Those are strange to me. Obviously, because like I said, there's no fucking shot you can. Because with the human body as well, you can make incisions on certain parts of the body, and no blood will come out. But with a fucking animal, it's like I don't know how many fucking cows you've had to go through to fucking get that one sweet spot of like, okay, this is where it's not gonna bleed from.
Yeah, no.
And and I don't think they've ever talked about footprints too.
On what?
Like of cattle mutilation, like they never discovered
they
footprints
never,
in or out.
They don't
like,
discover footprints. What they discover is like tend to happen in an open field, and it's just weird. Like what is the whole purpose of mutilating a cow? Like, if it's aliens, why are aliens doing that? You know, and if it is aliens, why are they doing it to cows and not humans, or another animal? It always has to be cows.
They need humans and shit, bro.
Maybe cattle mutilations are done by Mexicans. Mexicans like the menudos and the pozoles and stuff, so they use cow stuff.
El Pasales and shit. With that skinwalker shit, bro.
Skinwalkers are something that I low key believe in.
Well, I don't know, like if you could say like if like some paranormal shit when you hear like a relative's voice being like spoken back to you, or like just comes out of nowhere and you're like, I know you said you want to go out to get groceries and you're in the basement and shit. Because there is one video of this little black kid, and it's on like how some families have like cameras inside their homes. He fucking he's just chilling and shit. And then I think he's either walking into the room that goes upstairs, or he's just like chilling out of frame. But you can hear what sounds like, like a female voice, calling out to like his name. And he's like, yeah. And it's like an open, like little basement door, I believe. And he goes to it again, and he hears like the same voice again, but I think it's like it changes like voice like mid sentence, and he freaks the fuck out, bro. And he goes running up fucking stairs like, mom, 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 mom. And then she's like, what the fuck happened? And then she comes down, and you could kind of tell that like her voice matched whatever the fuck it was I was talking to him.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck? And you know how there's like like those anime scenes where like their eyes are like completely fucking like blacked out or like dulled out.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine like you hear like a voice that has no emotion, no fucking,
But
like,
you
just
know,
like a monotone.
There's something
shit to it.
called I could be wrong, but there's something called a mimic,
Yeah.
and it's pretty much just something that mimics a person's voice, and it's like a ghost or something. I don't know.
That's fucking creepy though.
But there's another video that's like that there's this girl in her room doing like her makeup or something. It's on TikTok. She's doing her makeup and shit, and then like she fucking hears her name. I don't know her name. I forgot her name, but they say she hears her name and she goes, yeah. And then you hear like, yeah, like what's up? And then you hear the mimic go like laugh, like I got you, and like let me in. And then she was like, no. And then like it was like she was like, it's like it sounded like my mom, but my mom was not home. It was me by myself. And it's like, and to be honest, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I shit you not, bro. I've heard that. I've heard fucking my name, being called out by people I know.
I feel like I've heard either my voice or somebody else's voice next to me being like yelled at, like being like called to. And we both were like, yeah, what's up? And nothing comes back. We're like, didn't you call for us? And then that person's like, no, no, like I didn't. Or it's like, what the fuck is that about? That'd be scary. And for some reason, like whenever I'm home alone sometimes, I don't know why, I was like way back in middle school, there would always be like some fucking like, I would always hear
Keep talking.
like drawers and shit open and close, fucking closets opening and closing. And that shit would be so fucking creepy because I would actually leave the fucking house and I'd be like, I'm waiting until somebody comes home. I let that shit be like, all right, bro, I'm gonna let you get a cool down for at least a minute and I'm gonna come back in. And I would look around, I'd be seeing like some little drawers open a little bit. And I'm like, hold on, let me see if it was that. And I replicate the noise and then make it.
I never experienced any of that stuff here, but like I said, I have heard my name being called. And I think I told this story before. And this story goes back to mythology back in here. Open your shit back in Mexico and stuff.
What was it again?
The white dog, and I was telling this story to one of my coworkers.
Is it the white dog? You sure?
Yeah, just look up Mexican mythology dogs, white dog, black dog.
Is it called Gadejo?
Okay. Sadejo, a
Gadejo.
white dog that protects people from evil footsteps and bad choices. So the white Conejo protects people, including drunks, vagabonds, vagabundos, and people with grudges from the all evil footsteps. Even segunda and bad choices. I don't fucking know. I think it's the Conejo. But anyway, let me tell you the story. I've told this story on the podcast before, so for those of you who have been with us since day number 1, you have heard about this and stuff, whatnot. But for those of you who are new, you're probably gonna hear this for the first time. So back when I was a wee little laddie, probably around the age of I don't know, like 4, 4.5, something like that. One of my uncles had passed away in Mexico. Rest in peace, Unc. So he had passed away, and it was the Day of the Dead, the first year that he had passed away. So we ended up going to the cemetery. And in Mexico, where we're from, the cemetery is kind of like a bunch of aisles, if that makes sense. Like, it's a big ass cemetery, right? Bunch of square feet, whatever. and in the middle is a bunch of aisles, and these aisles are it's kind of like a fucking maze now that I think about it. Uh, and then in the outer edges, it's just headstones and whatnot. And in these aisles, it's where people get cremated or you get buried, in columns. Like, they put the the casket, like on a little forklift, and they put it on the very top or the very bottom.
Okay, this is a warehouse.
It's kind of like that. There's a lot of people that die over there.
Oh man.
So, and what they technically do too over there is like after 5 or 6 years of you being passed away, what they do is they they exhume you. I think that's the word. So they take you out and they just, take your bones and put it in a small box and they just put it on the walls and stuff, on the columns. So anyway, we go, and like I said, it's a big ass fucking cemetery, and there's columns. And so, me and my mom, we go, because at the time it was just me and my mother. So we go, and it's the Day of the Dead, so they do the celebration of the dead and whatnot. And then like in the cemetery only has one exit and one entryway, which is the same exit and entry, which is just a big ass gate in the front. And in the front, can you stop playing with the mic?
Oh.
And in the front, I'm gonna mute it. I'll mute it when you're done. And in the front, there is a bunch of people, right? My aunts, my uncles, and a bunch of people from from the little pueblo that we're from, celebrating. And when we get there, they're about to end the celebration. It's about, I don't know, 4:35 almost. It's getting kind of dark. And we decided to enter the cemetery. Where my uncle was buried, it was very deep, right? And again, it's a bunch of columns. So like it looks like a fucking bunch of aisles, like a grocery store, right? Now, these columns like lead in every which way. It's not just like one and then, you're going in like that. No, they lead in every which way. So it's kind of confusing when you go in there. So me and my mom, we go in there and we're, trying to go in through the columns, trying to find my uncle and one of my cousins that had passed away too. And fucking we get lost, bro. Like we're lost. And I don't know, maybe it was our like you said, schizophrenia or whatever maybe, but like we were just fucking lost. Like we didn't know where we were at. And so we're at the end of this aisle or this column, and at the very other end we see a fucking dog, bro. Like a white dog. And I know that I'm not making this up because I've told this story to many people, and everybody that I've told this story to has always told me, what the fuck, like you encountered I forget what they name it, but it's like a fucking mythical creature like that is in Mexican folklore. And so it's a white dog, bro. Like it's just a fucking dog. Like it's a dog. Like it's a white dog. It looks like almost like a husky. But it's a white dog. It's just looking at us. Like it's looking at me like this. Right. And so it's looking at me and my mother. And then so the dog just fucking looks at us and like doesn't bark, doesn't do it. And then my mom has this little prayer, dog and me, got it. Dog, Dios en mí, perro en ti, something like that. Like God in me, you're the dog, or some shit like that. Like you'll listen to what God says pretty much. When I'm saying this prayer, you'll listen to what God says and you'll ignore us. So my mom's reciting that prayer, and fucking this dog dude just fucking looks at like us and just does this shit with his head, bro. Like, you looking at me? You're not looking at me, bro. What are you doing, bro?
What? Oh,
You're not looking at me, bro.
Oh.
So it looks at us, bro, like this, and it just does that, right? It turns its head, and then eventually it turns its whole body, and it my mom's like, let's fucking follow it.
Do you remember the smell?
What?
Do you remember the smell?
I don't remember the smell.
Oh.
And then like my mom's like, let's just follow it. So we follow it.
You said it looks like a husky, but they look like fucking what the fuck are these the guard dogs or the?
Oh, it looks like a mastiff. It looked like a husky. It looked like a fucking mix of a fucking coyote / husky / a dog. I don't know what it looked like. It was a white dog. I just remember that. And then so we're like, okay, fuck it, like let's follow it. So my mom and I follow it, and then by the time that we get to the end of the aisle where the dog was, This dog is already at the very end of the next one. And again, you hear that?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I don't fucking know.
Yo, am I tweaking?
You twat. I think it's your fucking mom on the treadmill.
Oh, bro, I'm over here scared as fuck.
I think it might be.
Yeah, I think so. But but anyway,
Oh, that's wrong.
yeah, dude, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? Who's speaking tongues, boy?
The fucking ghost song is coming back up.
But yeah, we see this dog, right? And it's already at the end of the corner, at the end of the aisle. And then my mom was like, let's keep following it. So we follow it. And then, we get to the end of the aisle where we're supposed to be at. And then this dog is literally at the end of the next aisle. So it's like teleporting. To us, it seems like it's teleporting because there's no fucking way that dog is going to be that fast. So this fucker is teleporting from one end to another.
I think it is El Cadejo, bro.
It is?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, bro, like, what the fuck? So, but, we do this a couple times and then we're at the very entrance, right? We're at the entrance of the cemetery. And then, by the time that we get to the entrance, my aunt and my uncle, they're waiting for us. They're like, what the fuck? Like, where you guys been? Da, da, da. And we're like, where's the dog? And then my uncle was like, what dog? And I was like, we were like, the dog, the dog that just literally walked it. Like, it's a dog. And then my uncle, it looked like a fucking movie because my uncle and my aunt were looking at each other like, what the fuck are they talking about, And they're like, there's no dog. Like, we've been here the whole time and there's no dog. Like, you guys are tripping.
Do you remember the color of its eyes?
I don't remember. Maybe I'm just making this off the top of my head, but I think it could have been like blue or something. Or like a whitish or something. I don't know.
Because every single thing in here says that it is called the Cadejo. And that it is a dog-shaped creature with blue eyes, and when it is calm, it turns black and has red eyes.
No, it was blue, it was white.
Oh look, white cadejos have the ability to protect a traveler whether they are drunk, trying to get home.
I just read that not too long
ago. Or someone who has been cursed by an evil spirit.
Nick, bro, I'm telling you, it just all makes sense that it's the Cadejo, El Cadejo, but. I don't know, bro, but we're like, where the fuck is this dog? Da 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 da. And they're like, no, like, there's no dog. You guys are tripping. And we're like, we've seen a fucking dog. And to this day,
what's weirder is that you saw this dog specifically at this fucking
at this cemetery, spot. Bro.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I to this day I tell my mom about it. Like, hey, do you remember that? And she kind of just like ignores the question. She's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Da, da, da. And it's like, because she doesn't want to admit it, but. We saw a fucking dog, dude. Like, it was a dog. And I remember that. Again, I could have been tripping because I was young. But I clearly remember that. Like, that's one of the stories that I do, or one of the encounters of my childhood that I do remember. And then I also remember La Llorona, the weeping woman. That was told a lot, where we come from. But I personally never heard it. I've heard stories of them, but I've never heard it.
Just here.
Hi.
I mean, like all that type of shit. Like it's even weirder with like, especially like Hispanic, like records, even sometimes Arabics as well. Like when you look at any Hispanic like footage, their reactions seem to be very, very genuine.
Yeah.
And a lot of like these footages. Or a lot of these like like videos and stuff, they do seem legit, but there's always like that fucking question like, well, it could be altered and shit. And the same thing with Arabics, like those motherfuckers, like every corner they take type shit. Like, we don't play with this shit, bro.
No, I think Arabics and Mexicans are pretty much the same.
And it's weird with
when they're like vete a la, and then all this shit.
Run away. And it's weird with like these like supernatural stories and stuff because some of it tends to happen to like like war veterans and like and some of their childhoods as well. Because there was a Army Ranger who was telling a story that when he was a kid, even to this day, he's traumatized he's very like not open to sleeping on his back because he remembers as a kid he was sleeping and his door was open, and he sees a soldier at the doorway in like Civil War uniform, and it starts walking, and then another person shows up, and then just seems like a whole group of like an army of men are just walking by the doorway, and then one of the soldiers comes into his room and goes up to him, and he gets scared as a kid, and he starts running away, but he runs towards the bathroom, but he runs through the soldier to him, and he starts yelling for his dad to come and get him and shit, and because like I guess his dad was like kind of like mean to him. Yeah. He's like, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. I'm sorry for being loud. And his dad goes up to me. He goes, no. He's like, I saw it too. I saw the soldiers as well. Whoa. He's like, I saw them walking down the hallway too. And he's like, I know what you saw. I saw the same thing. And it's like, what the fuck is it? Like, how is it? Like, I wonder what it really is that we can tell these stories about like the supernatural world, but it's so hard to capture it.
I think, and that's crazy because that brings me back to another story that I got. Again,
same thing with dogs and babies and shit. Like, yes, like dogs too. Like they be like staring at absolutely nothing. They're just like, no, bro. Like I'm gonna stand my fucking ground on.
So here's two things. Here's two stories that are from me. All right. So like I said earlier in this episode, I'm not scared of death. I worship it. Right. Apparently, according to my mom, I've always been connected to death ever since I was a little kid. And I don't know if it's coincidental or it's something that, is just interests me. But when we were younger, or when I was younger, I used to have a little, I'm gonna see if I could enhance this right here. Zoom into this right there, like that. Yeah. And so, there was I had a little statue like that, right? It was a little silver statue of death, of holy death, like that. And my mom used to tell me that I used to talk to it a lot, like genuinely have conversations with it. Like I would put it in a corner and I would just sit down and have conversations with it. I don't remember this, but that's what my mom tells me. And so my mom used to tell me that she had a friend who was what they call un brujo. Right, or a warlock, as it is known here in the States, because we are in the United States, speak English. And so, she would tell me that he would be like, hey, you know what? Like, if you care about your son's life, I would suggest you get him away from death. Like, she's going to take over him, all this other shit, right? And so, I remember, like, through my childhood when I had a hard time, I would always carry that little death statue with me wherever I went. And then all of a sudden, like, it just disappeared like that. I guess my mom took it somewhere, just put it somewhere, and it disappeared. And then another story that I got, which is connecting back to what you just said about the soldiers. Why is it that we witness this paranormal stuff, but we never capture it? Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, if I would have caught this fucking piece of evidence, bro, fuck, bro. Just thinking about this gives me chills, bro. Yeah. I've talked about this before, right? Yeah. So again, it goes back to Mexico. Again, if you have keto, maybe you've heard this already. Maybe you haven't. If you have, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell it for those new viewers. So there's an episode that I did with my niece Alexandra, couple almost a year ago. It's on there. It's on our channel. If you want to go watch it. But I'm gonna recap the story. So I was about, again, 5-6 years old, right? Or 4, around there. And my uncle had passed away. One of my other uncles had passed away. It might have been the same uncle. I don't even know. He passed away, and we were living in Mexico at the time. And in Mexico, we had this big ass. We were kind of wealthy in Mexico for, being kind of poor. We were kind of wealthy, so we had a pretty big house. And we had a 2-story house. And we used to sleep in the main 2-story master bedroom, me and my mom. And in that main master bedroom, there was a door, right? And you know how some doors have, like, it looks like a steel gate? Some rooms have, like, a steel gate door. So that's what we had. We had a steel gate door. It was a black door. And in the middle, the windows were, like, it was glass, but it was tinted glass. Like, so it was hazed out, right?
Okay.
So when you were outside of it, you could see the shadow of the person, but you can't see the person itself or himself or herself. So my uncle used to be a fucking jokester, right? To this day, I tell the story and I get fucking chills. My uncle used to be a jokester, right? Whenever he would laugh and he would do a joke, he would laugh and he'd go like that, like laugh like a fucking cartoon character. And so my mom got a phone call like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And all I remember hearing is, yeah, okay, that's fine. All in Spanish, obviously. I'll be right there, whatever. And then so I'm like, what's going on? You know, like I'm a little boy. You know, I'm like, what's going on? You know, like, ¿qué bajo? And so my mom's like, nah, don't worry about it. Nothing happened. Like, just go back to bed. And so I'm like, no, I want to know what's going on. And when I say that, we hear, you know, like loud as fuck, like a big loud. And we see a fucking shadow, bro, past the fucking doors, past the door, the window. But it was like a fucking shadow, like, you know, like in those cartoons when they're like tiptoeing around, and they do that little thing. It was like that, but it was fast. Like it just passed by, and went like that, and then you hear his fucking look. I'm getting chills. You hear his laugh again, and then the lights go fucking out, bro. And I've never seen my mom that scared to this day, bro. Fuck. To this day, like my mom was fucking. She was fucking praying a rosary, bro. Like just praying like over and over and over again, and. Again, it was 2, 3 in the morning, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And in Mexico, you know, there back in the day, there was like no lights. Like once it was dark, pitch black. Dude, my mom fucking got me, picked me up, no shoes, no nothing. Said, fuck it, let's go to your grandma's. And my grandma's is from like here. It's like 20, like a 10, 20 minute walk. Pitch black. She fucking grabbed me. Fuck it, let's go to your grandma's. And just fucking took me, bro.
Fucking
no lights, no nothing. Dude. Fuck it, let's go. And then like, I've never seen my mom that scared to this day. To this day.
That's fucking creepy and shit.
Yeah, bro. And like that's what I'm saying. Like I've never seen anything. Like that's the biggest piece of evidence that I've seen that's like, holy shit, it's paranormal. But like I've never seen a full apparition.
And there's another story I saw where I think it was some guy in that same comment section saying that when his dad, I believe, was either in prison or in the hospital, or right after he died, he would he left his room one night and he saw like a soldier that was like similar to like his father's, and that he would always just be, you know, walking around there, just look like he's patrolling, but he never knew why that. But he said that he wasn't scared or startled by it. He just felt very, very at ease seeing the soldier there.
There's some times
there's a comment also that responded saying like, and it's weird because when you see like people saying like oh, I don't feel scared seeing this apparition.
Yeah.
There's a guy that said, well, you know, maybe that was possibly one of his fallen soldiers that was maybe looking over you guys and shit. And it's like that's just fucking like imagine like you lose a friend either in war or whatever, and like your kid goes, hey dad, who's that? And then you're like, who? And then he's like, I can't remember. And then you're just out, you know, going through your phone, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, it's him. You're like, who's him? He's like, that's the guy I saw that was watching over me. And it's like your fucking best friend who passed away like recently and shit.
Dude.
And he's like, that's the one that was watching over me. It's like, fuck, dude, like that shit. There's stories like that of kids saying like, of like, it's always kids for some reason too.
I think it's because kids don't really,
they don't
they don't comprehend what they're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know what a ghost is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a lot easier for ghosts to appear to kids. There's something like that happened to me actually. Again, it was when my friend Gage passed away. Rest in peace, Gage. He would have been 25, 26, 24, something like that. And he used to love Nickelback, right? He used to love fucking Nickelback, like, and I mean love Nickelback, from what I'm told. So, you know, it was about a week, maybe 2 weeks after he passed away that, you know, we were still kind of sad about it. We were sad. And this motherfucker was, again, also a jokester. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was scared. I was like, man, this fool probably gonna, you know, come at night and, you know, scare me or something. Never did. But one thing that did happen that I was like, holy fuck. Like, that was like, that's weird. was we were at the mall, at the indoor mall, like the little small one, the small version of the mall.
Oh.
And we were buying a dress. We were gonna go somewhere. I forgot where we were gonna go, but we were buying a dress for my sister, for your mom. And I'm telling, Gage, like in my head, I'm like, Gage, brother, I was like, if you're out there and you're watching over us, give me a sign, bro. Like, give me a sign. Like, I want to know you're still, around us. I was like, I know we never got along, but, you're still my friend. Dude, and as soon as I finish that, all I hear is, never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Fucking Nickelback was playing on the fucking speakers. Bro. Out of all the songs, the fucking song that he liked, loved,
How
You Remind Me started fucking playing. Right after I said, dude, look, I got chills. Right after I said that shit. How is that possible? Call it coincidental. I don't know. Maybe I should start playing the lottery. But that bugged me out. I started tweaking, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
That type of shit is just so fucking weird. And when you look at, I remember there was a documentary series about that type of shit where like, people who have lost loved ones, they ask for a sign, and it's weird how you ask for something specific, not like, oh, a shark come out of the fucking toilet.
No, bro, just something specific.
And it's like there was one I remember seeing of like this family who lost like a grandma or mom, and they asked, and she loved birds. And she specifically liked the cardinal.
Yep.
And a little cardinal came flying down, and it landed on one specific family member, on a family member, and she even like was able to like pet it, hold it.
Yeah.
And even when she fucking like forced it and like, get the fuck off me, the bird would just like be like, no, I'm staying right here onto you. And people and their family was saying like, yeah, like this is probably her or some shit because she loved the bird, she loved the cardinal, and it just won't fucking go away. And after some time, it just decided to fucking go away, and it was just like, it's like, what the fuck is that? Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
That whole
that's
shit
crazy,
about
bro.
too, bro.
That is insane. Like, that's some crazy stuff. Like, after that though, like I've never really experienced. Like, I've never seen anything, and I, knock on wood, pray to God that I don't see anything. Because if I do see something, I think I would pass out. Like, it's scary. Like, it's creepy.
I wouldn't mind seeing it in the house or like anywhere.
Fuck
like,
no, I would not want to see it here.
I would not. I mean, I wouldn't want to see it like happen like if we're like out like in the fucking dark, especially like I said, like in the forest and shit where all the fucking creepy shit fucking happens.
But you know what, bro? Think about that you talk, you actually just brought something to my head. The other night I thought I shit you not, I felt like I was being watched because my bed is behind there, right? Behind the camera where you guys are at.
It's a bunk
so
bed.
it's back there, and in this spot right here where Lord Squid is at, there's a drawer, right? Where I put all my stuff and whatnot. In that spot where you are, bro, like in between you right there, towards the back. Whenever I turn this fan on or this a swamp cooler, it kind of shines up light, so you could kind of it's like a night light, so you could see pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So I had that fucking fan on, and then I had the one over there on as well because it was hot as fuck. And so, like, dude, I could not fucking sleep, bro. I'm like, could not fucking sleep.
On a stomach.
And whenever I would close my eyes, I would feel like something was watching me or somebody was watching me. So I bust an Undertaker, bro. I'm just like, I stand up and like, I'm looking right here, bro. And then I see and I got so fucking cold. Again, granted, it could have been the fucking swamp cooler in the fan, but when I saw that fucking silhouette, it looked like a fucking head and like a shoulder looking like this way towards me. And I'm like, maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe like I don't have my glasses on. Because I don't have my glasses on.
Put that bitch on.
So I'm like, nah, can't be that.
Oh, keep my
I
eyes on
walk.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I walk fucking. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go take a piss. I'm going to pretend I'm not scared. I walk this way, right? Going that way. Walk right through it. As soon as I walk right through it, bro, I get fucking just cold. And it's not like a cold, like, it's like, oh, it's, I'm cold. Like, my whole body, like, my whole side, this side of my body went fucking cold. And I was like, I'm tweaking. I was like, nah, I'm tweaking, whatever. And then, so eventually, I just started kind of, like, praying in my head after I got back from the bathroom. I was like, whatever, I'm praying. And then I just ended up falling asleep, and then I don't know what happened after that.
There is some. I don't know if it was in this room, or if it was in another room. But I remember I think I was probably just like I was doing some shit in this room, and then I wouldn't say like, cause you know how like whenever like you're just looking out, like
Yeah.
blank spacing, and it looks like a fucking demon's right next to you.
Mm.
You look towards it and it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like for some reason I was like I need to look over here real quick, cause like similar to you, like cause with me, if I know that I'm like either being watched or somebody's coming up to me, and I know it might be someone I know,
Yeah.
I instinctively just look and I'm like, oh look, it's this person.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is behind it real quick? So I look, and where the fucking the light switch is at, it was maybe like 2-3 inches above it. It looked like a fucking whole ass hand came around the door because it was kind of creaked open.
Yeah.
And it came around like this, and it just went back like that. And I stood still for a little bit because I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen for that fucking door to open,
Yeah.
or the other one to open up. And I'm staying quiet for at least a minute, and nothing fucking opens or closes, and the light is turned off as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta go. Fucking. So I fucking go in there, and both doors are closed, and the one that goes outside is locked.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, was I tripping or what? Because I don't ever see.
I've actually heard some stuff
shit
like that
like
too.
that.
I've heard some stuff like that. I never heard, I was seen anything, but I heard some stuff. Like, you know, I would come back from like the bathroom at like midnight, and then like, you know, because I don't go to sleep till like 2-3 in the morning.
Mm.
So you know, I come back from the bathroom at midnight, and then like, I closed both doors leading to the house, and then I closed my door. And then for whatever reason, I always hear like a door, somebody coming in through the door. And then I look out and there's nobody. Door's closed. There's nobody. And I'm like, what the fuck am I tweaking?
Mm.
And there's little stuff here and there that I hear, but nothing like super, you know, I need a priest type shit. But
I need a fucking priest.
I do see like little things out of the corner of my eyes, but I think that's just me going blind because, you know, I need glasses.
I have had weird instances where one time I came out of the bathroom, and to the hallway that goes into my room, like the kitchen light was on.
Yeah.
And like I said, like when you see like these big ass fucking demons show up and then they just disappear, I saw at least like 2 arms length in front of me. It looked like it was like a whole ass figure that just showed up, but I could see that it was a silhouette though, and it was maybe like up to like maybe like my chest area.
Yeah.
And I looked down at it too, and it just fucking faded away. And I was like, what the fuck was that about? And I was like, I'll fuck it then.
No, there's some times that I pass by the hallway where the bathroom is at, like to the bathroom to my room, and like I see people like, or it seems like a person just chilling in the fucking couch.
Yeah.
But I'm like, whatever. One time I did pass by it, and it looked like a dude like looking at me, and I was like, maybe it's your dad.
Shit.
But then I'm like, no, your dad's still in your room. And then I was like, So I went back, and there was nobody. And then I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna pretend I didn't see anything. So I just came to my room and just relaxed, dude. I'm not. The fuck am I, Zach Bagans? Get the fuck out of here.
I just seen a demon. Show
fuck
yourself.
Fuck that,
But
dude.
we need to do like some fucking like ghost paranormal.
Maybe on our 666th episode, we'll do a paranormal investigation.
What about 666th view subscriber?
No, I think on our 666th view, or not view, episode. So we're pretty far out.
Yeah, that'd be so fucking creepy if we ever.
Or
did
you
that
know,
shit.
maybe we'll get lucky and go
66.
somewhere and stay at like a hotel or something that's haunted. But yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, get the music going because I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh man,
It do be like that sometimes.
imagine you hear that at night.
I would fucking,
Kill myself.
dude. I don't know what I would do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Where's the others?
damn, you can play it.
Hold up. Okay, there.
Yeah. So stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you all so much for spending another hour. Hapkido, thank you for spending another hour with us. Like always, I have been your host with the most. It's been 90 or just simply 90 with co-host
Lord Sandwich.
and I am a little hungry. Bars. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. Once again, shout out to those people I shouted out on last week's episode. Thank you guys for staying as a consistent viewer. We appreciate you very much. And like always, stay black.
No, stay brown this time.
Stay brown.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys on the next episode. I don't know why I keep saying that shit, dude.